Hello all. I'm going to work on figuring out TypeScript and Vue. That's going to be a fun project. Let me take a look at this thing that I'm looking at, and let's dig in. So I've got this project called Git Explorer, and Git Explorer is a really cool way to analyze the contents of the .git folder. Inside the .git folder is the objects, and inside objects is lots of stuff, and it's kind of fun to be able to wander through that and get a feel for it. I have a talk called the definitive deep dive into the .git folder, and this is the demo application for that. So I've started it up. It's listening on port 3000. So if I go to port 3000, localhost 3000, then I can take a look at the commits. So here's a commit, and each dot is a thing, and that's awesome. So I can show the types. There are commits, trees, and blobs, and I can kind of see them. Let's make them alphabetical and show the tags. There's each of the commit hashes. Now typically we only see the commits, so looking at that commit, here's the contents of that commit. But if I put them in parent-child relationships and show the tags, now I can see, here's that commit, and its parent commit is over here, and it has this this commit references the tree node, and here's that tree node, and that tree node references these blobs, and here's one of the blobs that it references. And so that's really cool. The code for this project is right here. And Git Explorer is up on GitHub, which is pretty cool. But Git Explorer then will, the backend for Git Explorer is TypeScript. And here's the TypeScript Express app that kicks off all the things. And if I go into the API, then it'll actually go pull from the, Git repo is the path that I'm pulling from. So here's that Git repo folder that shows where to go get that folder. API will go dig into get nodes from Gitter. Here's Gitter, and it goes and reads all the things. So the back end is TypeScript, and that is great. On the front end, it is a D3 app. And here I just reference, I create an SVG and dump some content into place. And then here in the script file, I just have this big wall of mayhem. And this is what I want to turn into a Vue app. So I want to get a feel for how to host D3 inside of Vue. And I also would love to do this Vue app as TypeScript. TypeScript in Vue 3 is going to be a lot easier, but I'm using Vue 2. So let's give it a shot. So I've got a new folder here. This empty folder, Vue.js, there it is. Vue create Vue.js. Let's give it a second to, is it Vue create? Yep. I would like to manually pick features. I would like it to be TypeScript. Progressive web app, I can come in, back in and add that. Router. Do I want to change the URL as I navigate the dots? I think that I don't yet. Vuex might be interesting because publishing that content would be cool. CSS preprocessors, I'm going to say no for now. Node Sass is awesome. Unit testing, end-to-end testing, those would be fun, but I'm going to come back to that. Class style components, I'm going to say no because I know those have been removed in Vue 3. Use Babel alongside TypeScript. I think I only want TypeScript. Let me try again. Vue create, manually select features, TypeScript, Vuex. Okay. No, I don't want class style components. Ooh, use Babel alongside. Okay, I did that wrong. Let me try again. Manually select features. Yes, I want Babel. Yes, I want TypeScript. Yes, I want Vuex. No, I don't want class style components. Yes, I want to use Babel alongside. ESLint with TSLint deprecated. That's interesting. What did I do? Let me try that again. Manually select features. I would like, oh, I do want a linter. TypeScript, Vuex, no, yes. I would like ESLint with, I would like TSLint actually. Lint on save, lint and fix on commit. Yeah, let's do both of those. Dedicated config files, no. Okay. So that was a bit to get selected. I suspect I've chosen the wrong options, but that's why we're here to learn. So this is the client end of things. The server end is another Vue app, and so I want to see if I can stick those both in the same folder. I suspect TypeScript will get mighty confused at that, so perhaps having them be separate folders is better. Then I would want the Vue build to dump it into the correct spot. Well, let's start by having them be completely separate, and we'll see how to pull that off. I see value in having files that they can share because the type definitions from the server end would be really, really helpful in the client end. Can I do shared things, or am I just going to end up copying and pasting them? Let's start by copying and pasting because that'll be easier. And then come back and understand if shared is a thing. Linking dependencies. Saving lock file, invoking generators. Now I suspect it's going to dump it inside of a Vue.ts folder here. Yep. And so I'm going to, as soon as it finishes, I'm going to yank it straight out of that Vue.ts folder because I already have a folder. I probably could have put in a -- path to the current directory or something similar, or just started from a folder up and let it create the folder. Fetching packages. Linking dependencies. Done. Nice. Now I'm kind of curious how this setup differs from the setup that I built with Express. The setup I built with Express was actually really cool, and I'll put this in chat. Here is an article about using TypeScript to build a Node API with Express. David Neal, Reverend Geek, is amazing. So I'm going to set that in chat just in case. And so that's the tutorial that I used to build the Git Explorer server end, and getting that set up was really, really cool. Now here on the client end, so that's this server we've got a tsconfig and a tslint JSON. And so that is great. Here on the client end, I'm kind of curious how it's going to play out. Vue.js. I would like all of these things here. Out of curiosity, select left for compare, select right for compare. Let's take a look at what's different here. tsconfig. Now, apologies, this is far too small. Module and target ES next. Module is common.js. I suspect I want to flip this one over too. Remove comments. I recall TypeScript asking me to add remove comments. And so I'm going to add those back in. I probably should have built this first. Yeah, let me, before I start futzing with it, just notice that it's different. I definitely want ES 2019. It says ES next, and I'm guessing that's probably not what I want to do. Let me go look at it and then run it. Okay, so npm run serve. Starting development server. $80.80. Okay. Now this was running on localhost 3000. Is it still running? It is. That's great. Localhost 8080. Here's Vue. Cool. So it works. Now what am I going to break? tslint. Rules. I recall that I kind of built these up over time. I don't like false there. I wish I could say only in make it true in production mode, but here we are. Default severity warning, that's interesting. Refresh. Indent true spaces 2. I think I've got a git config or an ESLint editor config that'll do that. Let's do that. Copy that editor. What's different here? I suspect everything. Yeah. Let's come back to that one. TSLint config. Ordered imports false. Interface name. I would like to not do those two, and let's see what it does. Okay, tsconfig. Outdoor. Resolve JSON module resolution. No implicit any. I definitely want that. I'm going to put it right here at the end. Remove comments and force consistent naming. I recall those were TypeScript helping me. And lib, I'm going to say ES 2019 instead of ES next. I don't know what target means. Okay, so if that's the case, let's run serve again and see if it still works. It does. It's not doing anything of substance yet, but that's okay. Are there any more files that I want to diff? No, I'm going to leave it be. Okay, source, app.view. Here's our app. We've got our hello world component. We're using regular ES6 imports. That's great. Main.ts, import view. We've got our store. Production tip. I suspect that... Ooh, did I do that over here? Oh, because there's only one. Here inside source, I recall something about production only, and that was cool. Nope, I can't find it. But making this production tip equals process env.node env equals production. Now we'll get the full build in production, which is pretty cool. Okay, so store. What's in the store? State mutations, actions, modules. We've got nothing so far. That's cool. Components, hello world. Now here in this app, what components will we need? The D3 component, which will be really interesting because that will be a stateful component. And then over here on this component, depending on the content, we have a color and we have a list of branches. I'd like to detail that a little bit better, maybe CSS boxes around it. And then we have the block of content. So let's build out components that do that. Now, what's interesting is in the Git Explorer right now, all of that is just baked into these few things, and then the rest of it is just kind of CSS bolted together. So let's see if we can do that. Components, new file. I would like to call this the git detail component, git detail dot view. And I know there's an init that is pretty interesting in getting it into place, but I'm just going to copy and paste. Okay, so inside the template, oh, I just totally lost my clipboard from the other piece. Let me nuke all of this. The style is interesting. I do like that it is scoped. And I'm not going to name it props. Export default view extended. Thus far, I think we're okay. So what did we need? Okay. So here, the node hash, node refs, and node details. And right now, D3 is just kind of mashing it into place. But I would like to pass in a node. That is that one. This returns, actually, this pivots the commits into a very different format. To be able to show all the things. So I bet I can create a very different interface here to show off the git commit. Components, source, new folder, types, new file, hash object, no, git node. Over here, I do have source types. I have a get info, and that is close. Let's go copy and paste these just for now. I do need nested node. Do I need nested node? What content do I need on this screen? I need the blob, I need a list of branches, and I need the hash. So get info, get display, get node, get detail, get detail node. Get detail. It has a hash. It has a type that is this type. It has a refs. No, it has a branches. Yeah, that's refs, which is a string array, and it has content, which is a string or undefined. And that's really all I need in this get detail. So now that I've got that get detail, I may, this is a get detail, and it is of type get detail. So import get detail from, ooh, that at is really cool. Types. I will probably decide that having that types folder is a mistake. Get detail only refers to a type, but is being used as a value here. It used to be message of type string. No, it wasn't. Okay. What did I do wrong? Get messages of type string. Okay. So I want it to be a node and of type get detail. That may become a problem. Because here it just says string, and string is a thing. Props. Off to the docs. Vue, TypeScript, props, type. answer is that's weird. TypeScript interfaces do not exist at runtime, so type is blah will look like this once it compiles. Ooh. Casting the object to your interface will also not work as your interface does not implement the methods that are native to object. Okay. Type of object as complex object interface. Okay. I'm not thrilled with that, but let's do it. Object as get detail. Okay. Now that I have a get detail, the node hash goes here. Node dot hash. Is that how I called it? Let's grab this guy. Yep, hash. Node dot hash. Oh, and we need to do some styling stuff with classes around the type. Here I need the list of refs if there are any, and here node dot content. Okay, Vue loop. One of the things I always have to look up, Vue loop through array. List rendering, v4, duh, v4. Span v4 equals ref in refs. And inside that, I'm going to say ref dot, oh, it's a list of strings. Okay, what are you mad at? Oh, hash dot refs. Props node prop. Ooh, props as an object. View props as object. Props. The cool thing about passing it as an object is that I can say it's required, and that's what I'm after. Prop validation, there we go. Type string required true, yes. So type is object as that thing, required is true. Because if it fails, if I don't pass one, then this whole thing will do bad things. So that would be bad. Okay, why are you mad? Node.refs. Ah, yes. vbind equals ref. Oh, vbind key which I can shorten to just colon key. Okay. Yes, I always have to do that one. Okay, so here in our app, right now our app is pulling in hello world. We also want it to import get detail from components, get detail, hello world, and get detail. And I'm gonna put it right there. Get detail, node equals node, and it is bound. I'm not sure if it's gonna let me self-close. Let's see. State, no. Brain fart. Data. Data. Node is this. And I want it to have a hash of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, type of get, type of tree. No, let's do type of commit. And refs heads master, just so that we can see it. And content, this is content. Okay, so we should have a thing. Cannot find component get detail. I recall something about futzing with one of these files that gave me the automatic dot. Nah, I'm just gonna call it .view. We'll come back to that. Hello world app.view, get detail.view. Ooh, you're right. I do need to do that. Import get detail from types. Naming is hard. Let's call this get detail view. It's a component, not a view, but yeah. Get detail view, and now they are separate. Okay, are you happier? Importing sources must be alphabetized, and I recall I blew that away. Ordered imports is false. Let's start it back up and see if it'll give me different errors. It is a warning. Missing semicolon. Ooh, yes, good find. Missing semicolon there. I wish that, ooh, let me actually restart VS Code so that it can pick up ESLint and pick up TypeScript details. And I probably also ought to run Vue from inside the thing, from the terminal. Hello world. So what errors are you showing me? Get detail needs to be above Vue. Get detail. Import sources within a group must be alphabetized. Let's see. TSLint. Ordered imports. Named imports order. Named imports must be alphabetized. Oh. Named imports. That's different. What's my error? Import sources within a group must be alphabetized. Import sources order. I don't think I got that right. Import sources order. Ah, yeah, maybe so. Import sources order. Named imports order. I'm gonna say named imports order. Let's turn that off. And let's restart TypeScript. And let's see where that landed. Oh. I blew up the TSLint. Ooh. That's how I blew it up. Yes. Okay. Ooh, we did get a bunch of things. Import sources within a group must be alphabetized. I don't think I tagged that right then. Let's disable both of them. And, oh, ordered imports false. I think that's the one that I needed. Let's try that. No errors. Nice. Localhost. Okay, so I've got the thing with the stuff, and I'm not seeing anything there. That's interesting. Get detail name. Okay, so I've got some data. Let's go like this. It should be under the view. I'm just gonna nuke this hello world component just so that we can see. Okay, so we are getting the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it is getting there. Let's see if the node is getting here. So the node, that should be dumping the node hash. Now I don't yet have the Vue dev tools. Let me do that. Vue dev tools. Let me go grab the Vue dev tools. Yes, I would like to add it to Chrome. Yes, I would. Sweet. Vue dev tools. What I don't know is if I need to reload. Oh, I guess I don't. Vue dev tools. Open dev tools and look for the Vue panel. I'm not seeing the Vue panel. Silly me. F12. The Vue panel. Okay, so I have my app. And apparently my app is not showing my component. Get detail. Ah. 'Cause I renamed it. Naming is hard. Okay. Now I've got the component, and the component shows me all of the things. I don't have all of the styles yet. Let's go back and look at the styles. Now the styles in the original app, CSS, styles. Styles are also kind of all mixed together. The cool thing is that I have these three styles that are all kind of universal. And so let me see if I can put those in the main style sheet. App. I would really rather put them in an external style sheet, and I believe at build time they are moved that way. But let's do this. Okay, so class equals that's not it. Yeah. No, it is a type. Yeah, type isn't a great name. Type dash plus node.type. And in theory now, we ought to get the interest. Ooh, it is of type the things, so that's awesome. Now we don't have this at all. Let's play with that for a second. I'm going to say border solid CCCCCC padding 2px. I want that a little bit bigger, not that big. Now the cool part, if I hold, if I don't hold any keys, it'll just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I hold Control, it'll jump by 100, and if I hold Alt, it'll jump by 0.1. So I think that is good. I think this probably ought to be 2px. Hey, let me edit it. Thank you. 2px. I'm not thrilled with that color, but let's come back to that. Hey, there we go. Border radius 10 point, no, let's say 0.5 em. And font size 0.75 em. I think I want this to be 1 em. I want it to be round. And I don't think I want a border per se. That isn't a great color, but I do want to give it, when I say git config, it's roughly this green color. So let's go with that green color. Let's make it Vue green. That's cool. Font weight bold. Font size, I think I still want it a little bit smaller. Yeah. And I'm going to add a smidge more padding. Yeah. And I would like to differentiate between local and remotes, but let's just grab that for now. Okay, so we got all those styles. Now this is ref. So this will be .ref. I recall that this was the full ref and I had a shortened ref in an interesting way. So we may need to come back to that. But that's cool. Now the box, this was text. And ooh, FlexGrow 1. Yeah, let's do some Flexbox. No details. Okay. Okay. So we need some Flexboxy stuff. Now the cool thing is this node is all of the header content, or all of the block content. So let's go grab that into place. Node. Do I want that to be a class node? Well, if I have more than one of these on the page, yes, but I don't think I will. Okay, so I've still got that node. Where did I lose? Okay, so I've got that. I think what's at issue is that in the other layout, this control already was full height, and right now it's not. So let's go back to the other thing and take a look at how that works. Here's the index. I have the SVG on one side, and I have, ooh, div class flexing. Okay. In the app, right now I just have the two things. And I think I'm going to make it the app component. Cool. Class flexing. I'm not sure if I'm going to regret that decision. CSS. Flexing. Ooh, I need to go grab that too. Okay. those probably need to be in the global style sheet, which I believe in this case we don't have one. And that may be a mistake. Actually, the cool thing is that global style sheet could be in here. I'm going to come back to that one because I think this 100% is going to be important. Font family. I'm going to set this way. And font family Arial, I may choose to, yeah, I'll use their font family. That's cool. Okay, so we're doing better. That's cool. App. I still need to get body and HTML to not have stuff. So, index. For now, yeah. Link. Rel equals style sheet, which I believe is probably identical to what I did here. Style.css, yeah. Okay. So if I have a style.css, now style.css won't be minified per se, but it will get us through. New folder, CSS, new file, site.css, width, height, margin, padding. We don't need those because those are in the regular thing. And now I bet we'll get, oh yeah, I need to restart it because those are outside of Vue's purview, so Vue doesn't know how to rebuild those. Okay, so body, site.css, Vue page source, site.css, width, height, margin, padding, which obviously is not taking effect, or did I typo the tag? That would be really silly. Link rel style sheet href. Did I do it? Yeah, that's hilarious. Okay. Naming is hard. So stretching that is kind of an interesting side effect, but we do have this. So our component now is full height. Actually, is it? Here's our app. Here's our image. Here's this div, which looks like it has some margin for some reason. Padding 50. Because I told it to. Oh, to get out of the way of the buttons. Yeah, I don't need to do that anymore because the buttons aren't there. So, let's come in here and let's take a look at app. Padding is 0, get detail view. Padding is 0. So where was that padding of 60? Because it was padding top, not a padding. Padding top. Get detail view. Padding top is 0. Cool. And I'm going to say border left 1px solid black. Just so that we can see where that border is. There we go. In this one, I suspect the SVG had a thing. Okay. So we've got that header. It's got a lot of padding. What did we do over here to get rid of the H2 padding? Nothing? Okay. Well, here we're going to do some stuff. Node hash. Actually, I bet I did. Nope. I just did a lack of. So node hash. Node hash. Padding of 0. And I bet it wasn't padding. I bet it was margin. Yep. I'm going to give it yeah. I bet I did that. Go away. Star node. Node hash. And that's what I did. I grabbed all of the things and I said, you've got the thing. But then I bet in node details I overrode that. Let's see. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. The H2, I feel like I still have a bit too much space in between them. Padding. No, I'm going to leave it be. I think I can do a little bit better on that, but let's leave it for now. Okay, so we've got that component, and that component doesn't have a whole lot of stuff to do, which is pretty cool. The other component over here is D3, and that D3 component is going to be pretty intense. We've got a bunch of buttons that I want to turn into checkboxes as well, but I think the next piece to do is to move the computation into services. So computation into services. So I have a whole lot of computation here in this script. It goes and fetches the data, and then it does a whole lot of transforms to get it into place. And that was, at best, really hacky. So that needs a good refactor. I'm going to go grab the whole thing, and let's pull it out. There's that whole piece. So I'm going to create a services, new folder, services, Now the service, I'm going to have one to go get the content, load nodes.ts, and I'm going to have a second one to pivot. Pivot, reduce. Let's start there. Now right now it does both, and that's bad. Here's that go get the commits part though, and so I think I can do that here, and so let's presume that on the way in here I have a list of nodes, and I may need to jump off in a second. Okay, so I don't have Lux on. Get info. I had to assume that Luxon was globally installed before. I don't need to do that anymore. I do need to install it though. Now the reason I'm separating this apart is that I want to be able to test this part without hitting the other one. Export default, reduce nodes, and this will take in nodes, commits of type get info array, and it will return a get detail array. I'm not positive that that's the way it's gonna shake out, but let's see. And just saying, that's gonna be a mess. Why are you mad? Expression should take an argument. Reduce nodes. Thank you for the typo there. String literal expected. You are correct. Get info isn't in there. Let's go grab get info, because this is the exact type that comes back from the server. And so this is the part where I would love to get that shared instead of duplicated, but okay. A function whose declaration type is neither void nor any must return a type. You are correct. Get info, author, .date. Name and date. Now the interesting thing about this on the server is that name and date has date as string, and I really want it to be a date time if I can. Okay. And now that date time and date are different, then ooh. Yes, I need to not mess with the server one. I need to mess with the client one. And I'm about to craft a new interface that is more than just the get detail, because I want to do something like this. Const nodes equals commits dot map, and I want to do all of this stuff. Turn C. And now C can be a get info, and it can return a get node. Get node. Get detail is the minimum amount of stuff that I need for that view, but I want get node get export interface get node to have all kinds of more things. Okay. Get type, get node. This is gonna get messy. For get detail view for SVG. Okay. And that is not gonna work at all. But yeah, we're getting closer. Okay. So they are similar-ish, but I want this to have a date, and it will be the author date. Which means I also need to pull in hash type refs content date. Okay. So R equals, so const R get node equals, let's go pull some properties out of C. Hash is C.hash. I don't like this left-right code, but let's start there. D If D is valid, then r.date. So I'm going to say author, there's two dates in Git. There's the author date and there's the committer date. And those are interesting, but ooh, let's just do that. Author date. Actually, let's just go author and committer, and they're not of type date time. This one has a type that is name and date, and I'm gonna say this is of type name and date time. And now name and date time will be interesting. Let's come in here, name and date. Name and date time. This will not be a string, this will be a date time. Okay. Why are you mad? Author committer. And these are nullable. That's why you're mad. There we go. C.author. Okay, if C.author r.author equals email is C.email. No, C.author.email. And name is C.author.name. And date is date. I want to do like a dereference the thing into place, because let's just do that. And go grab date. So what is date? Date is that const date equals d dot is valid d, otherwise undefined. Now the cool thing is I'm going to do this twice. So let's yank this function out and let's leave that out of the way for now. And now I can do function name and date to time. This takes in a n, which is a name and date, and it returns a name and date time. N cool. Yes, I didn't import name and date time. Cool. Now, because I'm going to do this twice, I can go like this. Author and committer awesome, and that removes this whole mayhem. Okay. And I do need to handle the null case. If not n, return undefined. Cool. It takes a name and date time. Actually, I'm going to presume, no. If I have undefined or the thing, okay, cool. So hash, short hash. I'm going to do it a little bit differently. I'm going to call this full hash full string. So hash full equals c.hash, and hash is c.hash dot substr 07. Nice. I don't recall why children and parents and wrappers needed to be that way, but object array, parents, object array, wrappers, object array. I have no idea what those things need to do. If it's a commit, oh, because commits are the only things that have commits are the only things that have parents and children. And therefore, will it harm them to have other nodes? I don't think so. Children, parents, wrappers. If I remember right, wrappers is the node inside. Oh, the cool thing then is I can say, just return it straight away, and that's kind of cool. Okay. That is coming along nicely. And let me double check I can still go. Okay. This one has more stuff, and I think I might need an intermediate object that has extra stuff so that I can get at the actual things. type length nested nodes and parent nodes is, I think, what that implies. I don't recall what children, parents, and wrappers was, though. Okay, so this logic is going to go find this is going to build the lines between things. Okay. So this function is no longer a default. Is this another class? I think it is. New file. Reduce lines.ts. Now I need to do that. I need to take in the commits, and what I'm producing then is arrows up and arrows over. So vertical lines and horizontal lines. The vertical lines here represent parent-child relationships, and the horizontal lines represent inner nodes. So that's where that came from. What am I going to return? I don't know yet. Parents is, ooh, commits.forEach. That's a, because I haven't imported them. Pardon me. Let's go grab those parents. Get info does have a parents, though. Does it not? It has a parent nodes. Ah, I see. So why am I changing it to so what am I doing? I did mention this was spaghetti. So I'm turning the parent nodes, which is a list of strings, into parents, which is a list of commits. Okay. I'm going to say parents Okay, so for each parent, I want myself to be a child. I think I do need an intermediate type that is not a getInfo and not a getNode that will allow me to do this. And this is 2 commits. Do I need children and parents? I think I do, but I'm not sure. Lines vertical is a export interface get line get connection get relation I want this to be a child source get detail and target is a get detail. Okay, now right now they're not get details. They are get infos, the server side. And I'm not thrilled with that. Do I want to? I do. Okay, so this get node, I have here parents and nested, and I don't want them to be that. I want them to be this. Ooh, okay, so reduce nodes. Let me pull this part of it out and put it where it goes. So what did I do? I probably don't have the right number of parentheses. There we go. So I'm not going to do this here. I'm only going to map the parents. So this will convert all of them into, from getInfos into getDetails, and leave these empty. And this will go fill them. Now I have the commit, I need the node. Okay, so equals nodes dot find in dot hash full equals commit dot hash. Okay. So for each commit, if it has parent nodes, go find the node, go find the nodes for each one, and then node.parents equals parents. Cool. Ooh. So map this to this. I recall hitting this and just needing to go like this. So let's dot map it. Let's dot filter it as get node array. Now parents has a get node array. It is possible that that's null, but I really doubt it because, yeah. I've just set parents. Cool. So now that I have parents, because this no longer takes in a list of get info, it takes in a list of get node, then nodes, if node dot parent nodes, if node dot parents, then I no longer have to find the parents. Now I have the parent, and I can push the vertical lines into place. So that vertical lines is a, what did I coin that? Get node array. Get relation. It is a get relation array. And the cool thing that is a method. Get horizontal lines. Yeah, that other thing was just spaghetti left and right. It was, yeah, this is a function. Now this is lines horizontal. And we need to do this. link the list is already done, so link the list. Turn hash array into get node array. I suspect I will need to do that more than once, and I can do that in a generic way too. Let's come back to that. Nested nodes. Okay. Yeah, this is just getting the array, but I do need to do this over here. Now I'm doing it the same way here. Let's see where the duplication happens. If commit.nested nodes, I do need to find the node. Okay. I'm doing two things. So that let's find this. So we're finding it, we're filtering it as a get node array. I suspect that okay. So that's what I did there, is go find the thing in the other thing. So I could do it like that to make it generic. But the problem there, oh, hello Korean.js. Welcome to the stream. If I do it like that, then I'm doing some really wacky stuff. Doing a lot of assumptions. Node.nested.forEach nest, nest.wrappers.push node. So nested is in and wrappers is out. Okay. wrappers. I need to find a better way to say that. That's okay. So we've got the nodes and we're nesting them. Node.parents. Did we do something with children in the same way that we did something with parents? We did. And I didn't here. Node.parents equals parents. Node.parents.forEach parent if parent.children.push node. Okay. Now this is a node and it's guaranteed to be a node, so I don't need to do this anymore. Same thing, I don't need to do this anymore because that's guaranteed to not be null. Okay. Turn hash array into double linked get node array. Turn parents hash array into, and this one is turn nested hash array into double linked get node. Okay. We have some warnings down here. Yeah, the warnings have to do with other things. Okay. Now the cool thing is, oh, this parent is also not null. It's possible that I could have a hash where I don't have a commit, and that's what that was hoping to remove as well. So now, if node.parents, node.parents.forEach, I don't need to do this. Node.nested.forEach nest. I know that nest is a thing. That is cool. Now I've got these two pieces that are, I'm looping through everything twice, and I would love to do maps instead, but because the because it has so few things, then, and now they're named more correctly. We can clean up these references. Nice. Now I don't know how I'm going to call them yet, but I've got a thing where I take in my nodes and I get all of the lines. That's cool. And here, as I'm why are you mad? Ah, parents, children, nested wrappers. Linked lists. linked lists. Nice. Okay, so I've got the arrows up and arrows over, but they are now they are now functions. So how do I call the things? Load nodes, reduce lines, reduce nodes. I need to find better names. But these definitely need to go somewhere else. Sort nodes. Let's grab this whole mayhem and sort it. New file, sort nodes.ts. There's more in here than just sorting, but that's okay. What was I doing in here? Ah, I'm copying the sequence into the nested node, because commits have dates and nested things don't have dates. Right. Okay. So over here in the old system, I had this concept of date where I just mashed a date and I presumed it was the author date. Only commits have authors. Do I want to split out different types based on the types of things that they have? That is an interesting thought, because ooh, yeah, you're right. Let's install the types for Luxon. Let's install the types for Luxon, and then it looks like I'm going to need to jump off. I really like where this ended up, though. We've got, we've started separating that big long thing into separate services, and the separate services then are able to accomplish each task. Do we have any build errors? I don't think so, but let's double check. Oh, yes, we have a few. Argument of type string or undefined is not assignable to type string. Yes. In here, this string could be undefined. If not n or not n.date, then jump out. No, if not n, then jump out. If n.date, now it's definitely a string, but it will definitely be invalid. And there we go. This is a datetime object. Cool. What other errors did we find over there? Missing a semicolon. Yes, we do have some errors over here. There. And it looks like I have another one there. Eh? That wasn't the semicolon I was missing. It was there. So where's the semicolon missing here? Get relation. Yeah, I think I fixed that. One more build. And then let's sign off. Missing semicolon. Okay. Many more builds. Because somebody doesn't know how to build a type, and that somebody is this somebody. These are not commas, these are semicolons, and that throws off the entirety of everything. Yeah. Trailing white space. You're gonna get really pandemic now. Pandemic is totally not the right word. It's blah. Trailing white space. Now I do have an editor config file that should have solved trailing white space, but I'm gonna go like this. Space. Regular expressions are awesome. Do I have all the things in the place with the stuff? Oh, you're all kinds of grumpy at that one. File should end with a new line. I haven't even done that file. Okay. Trailing white space and reduced lines. And why is my .editor config not doing its job? And I bet I have more than one. Yep. Go, 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 go. If the only thing that blows up is sort, nope. Trailing white space and reduce nodes. Reduce nodes. Build clean. Oh, I know why. Sort nodes. needs a blank line at the end. Oh, I bet I don't have the extension for ESLint. And that's why it's not. Yep. That's why it's not doing it automatically. There we go. That'll solve the thing with the stuff. Cool. Well, this has been a lot of fun. I'm going to jump off and do the things with the stuff.